Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Turn this air off. Sorry, it's been a minute since I've posted to my YouTube channel. Please forgive me for not keeping up with the channel. I know I'm doing a terrible job of it, but I promise you, 2022, I'll definitely keep up. I have been working on content. Let's not get that twisted. I have been working on content, trying to switch up a new format. A lot of times when I do these, I just come off the cuff when I do these videos, and now I've started writing things down, but this one here is going to be off the cuff. So every day I have my Apple Watch set for reflections or what have you. It gives me an alert just to take a minute to be, I think it's called the setting is mindfulness. They have a thing where you can set it to breathe. You take 2 minutes or 1 minute to just breathe, and then I think it's called mindfulness. Anyway, so it has me to reflect for 1 minute, and normally that alarm goes off on my drive to work. And so today, I got a competition coming up this weekend in Georgetown, Texas, and I'm excited. I've been training and working hard for it. It's been a couple months since I competed, and I made a terrible showing last time, and I vowed I will not lose. I will not lose for the rest of, matter of fact, for the rest of my career. My goal is to go undefeated. Is it feasible? Yes. Will it happen? Probably not. I don't know. I can have an off day, but I'm going to work like I'm not going to lose anyway. That's a whole totally different story. But anyway, I was reflecting, and probably the biggest stage that I've been on, one of the biggest stages I've been on was fighting for a Texas state championship. But the biggest stage I've been on is competing in a world championship down in Orlando, Florida. I know they just had the world championships for the WKC. Shout out Team America. Just here recently, last week, I believe. And a few years before that, I want to say 2015, 16, maybe. I can't remember the exact year. But anyway, that's beside the point. I went down to Orlando, Florida, and competed in the World Championships as a part of Team USA. And I got eliminated first round, but it was a good experience for me. I didn't know what to expect. I was excited. I was nervous, what have you. But it was a good experience for me, and I gained a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge from that experience as well. But in doing so, I had to raise money for this event. It was a pretty pricey event, and so I put out the GoFundMe. Now mind you, I wasn't relying solely on donations to get me there. I worked the job. I put my own money in. I put in the work. As far as training, and then I would go to work and then get off work, train, and then whatever little side hustles I could get up, I would do that as well to help me raise money for this trip. And so I put out the GoFundMe fundraiser out. I did it on my Facebook, and I got a comment under one of my fundraiser posts that said, "I just can't see myself supporting somebody's hobby." And I understood the negative connotation toward it. And no, it wasn't a comment. I saw it in somebody's timeline. And I'm not going to mention this young lady who said that. Oops, I said too much. But she just said, I can't see myself donating to somebody's hobby. And being the type of guy that I am, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm very confrontational. Being the type of guy that I am, I posted on my wall. Some people may think this is a hobby, but for me, this is a lifestyle. Martial arts is a lifestyle for me. Martial arts has been a lifestyle for me since 2008, and I've kept with it. I've been consistent with my martial arts training, from a white belt all the way now to a second degree black belt. I've stayed with my martial arts training and competition, might I add. And so I thought about that for a minute, and I was just like, you know what? People will hate on you because they can't do what you do, or they don't understand why you do what you do. You know, and I think honestly it was a combination of both for this young lady. She can't do what I do, you know, and she doesn't understand why I do what I do. You know, if anybody has ever researched martial arts or taken a martial arts class or been to a martial arts class, it's a confidence booster. And I know a lot of times I come across as a guy that doesn't lack confidence. There are times I do lack confidence in myself in my everyday walk. But that's not the point I was trying to make. I was talking, my point is, people are going to hate on you because it's simply that's what they do. That's what they were put on this earth for. They were put on this earth to be negative. They were put in your path, I'll say it like that. They were put in your path to be negative, to help motivate you, right? Because I'm the type, if somebody tells me, well, you can't do that, or somebody tries to rain on my parade, I can't see myself donating to somebody's hobby. When you know deep in your heart that that's more than a hobby to you, that it is indeed a lifestyle for you. You know, I incorporate martial arts in my everyday life. You know, as I mentioned before, I'm very confrontational. I've slowed down in my older age, but in my 30s, and then like in high school, a little bit of college, my especially my Marine Corps days, goodness gracious. But that was pre martial arts. But in my 30s, yeah, very confrontational. I wouldn't allow too many people to say anything too tough to me without either saying something back or, for real, it's not going to be too much talk because I'm going to hit you in the mouth. That was my thing. A couple of guys at the YMCA in Jacksonville, Illinois can attest to that. You know, you get to talking too much on that court, I just hit you in the mouth. Anyway, but getting back to my point, that hater was put in your path to help motivate you. Their intent probably was to tear you down, but the real intent was to motivate you, because they envy. There's something about what you're doing they envy. They want to be like you, or they want to do what you do, but simply can't. And because they can't, they'll talk bad about you or say something negative to you to get you second guessing yourself. So, well, maybe this is just a hobby, or maybe nobody wants to donate, or man, maybe I should just give up. And that's a trick of the enemy, to get you to give up. When you're on your way to success, the enemy wants you to give up. The enemy wants to tear you down because the enemy does not want to see you succeed. We all have a potential for success. I've said this in another one of my videos. We all have a potential for success. Now, on the flip side of that coin, I never did mention this, but on the flip side of that coin, I think I asked for maybe $1,000 or whatever to $2,000. I don't know how much I asked for to help raise. I came up with a good amount, you know, and others helped surpass what I was looking for. I do remember that. I do remember my goal being surpassed. And I got one donation from a neighborhood friend for $500. So in your face, hater. And that's the silver lining to that cloud, you know, where there's somebody that's going to hate on you, there's also somebody that's going to love on you, you know. So you have to embrace the love. I'll take all the love in the world, but quiet as kept, I'll take the hate too. Because I use that hate, this is going to sound real cheesy, I use that hate to motivate. And that's exactly what that hate did. That hate motivated me to work harder, to work harder in raising that money, work harder on the mat, you know, and get to where I wanted to be. Now, when I got on the mat, when it was go time, I just fumbled. I'm not going to lie to you. I fumbled. I wet the bed, pooped my pants, however you want to say it. I fumbled. I didn't get 10-0. I didn't get beat 10-0. I didn't get the 10-point spread. But let's just say I only scored 4 points. And my opponent scored more than 4 points. He didn't get double digits. But he scored more than 4 points. I think the final score really was like 6-4 or something. And it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Guy from Puerto Rico, actually. And he was tough. He was tough. But I'm grateful for that experience. And Hater, I'm grateful for you. With that being said, you guys have a great day.